Same man. I'm finna talk about Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, and I'm finna read verse 25 through 34, right? Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Talking about how we shouldn't be too busy and caught up with our work that we forget about God and put God on the back burner. Because a lot of times we make excuses that saying that we don't have time to give our time to God, but really all excuses is sin. So Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, verse 25. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the God that driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks? Verse 26. He giveth his mind to make furrows, and his diligence to give the kine fodder. 27. So every carpenter and workmaster that laboreth night and day, and they that cut and grave seals, and are diligent to make great variety, and give themselves counterfeit imagery, and watch to finish the work. Now, I know a lot of this terminology may sound kind of choppy, but you know, it's 1611 King James Version, so it's old, it's like old English, you feel me? Verse 28, the smith also sitting by the anvil, and considering the iron work, the vapor of the fire wasteth his flesh. I'm saying the work that he's putting in is also killing himself, but he's still doing it, right? And he fighteth with the heat of the furnace. The noise of the hammer and the anvil was ever in his ears, and his eyes look still upon the pattern of the thing that he maketh. He setteth his mind to finish his work, and watcheth to polish it perfectly. Wow. So, verse 29, so doth the potter sitting at his work, and turning the wheel about with his feet, who is always carefully set at his work, and maketh all his work by number. Verse 30, he fashioneth the clay with his arm, and boweth down his strength before his feet. He applieth himself to let it over, and he is diligent to make clean the furnace. Verse 31, all these trust to their hands, and everyone is wise in his work. Verse 32, without these cannot a city be inhabited, and they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down. So the work that these men, that these women are putting in, the city needs it. You know, they can't even rest because these are necessities for the work, for the city to grow, right? But hear about this. Verse 33, they shall not be sought for in public council, nor sit high in the congregation. They don't even get the credit they work. The regular work in the common man, you know, the people who build houses, who build roads, they don't get the high praise that they get, right? I'm going to reread that. Verse 33, they shall not be sought for in public council, nor sit high in the congregation. They shall not sit on the judge's seat, nor understand the sentence of judgment. They cannot declare justice and judgment. They shall not be found where parables are spoken. They don't have the wisdom because they're so busy with their work, trying to provide for outside themselves, but they're not feeding themselves. You know what I'm saying? Verse 34, this is where it ties all in. But they will maintain the state of the world, and all their desire is in the work of their craft. But they will maintain the state of the world, meaning they will continue to satisfy the world. They will remain worldly. That's what they devote their life to, right? All their desire is in the work of their craft. All their desire is in the work of their craft. Where's God at? Go back to verse 25. How can he give wisdom that holdeth the plow, that's working too much, and that glorieth in the God that driven oxen and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks? But the real deep one that really hit me was in verse 28. The smith also sitting by the anvil, and considering the iron work, the vapor of the fire wasteth his flesh, and he fighteth with the heat of the furnace. Bro, I'm telling you, man, like, you cannot be so bogged down with work that you're willing to disobey and go against and forget about God, because you're losing that love, you're not training that muscle, and it's gonna bite you in the ass. You know what I'm saying? You wanna always give God that time, because you know what I'm saying? What did it look like that God gave you the ability to have that job, but you're not giving him any type of time, and then you're making excuses for it. You know what I'm saying? So all praise to the Most High, APTTMH, Just Stand, you know, television, all that. God bless the daughters of Sarah. God bless the sons of Abraham. Bro pulled up with music talking about selling, bro. Like, that's crazy. That's how you know it's about time to stop making this video. But right on time, right? But all praise to the Most High, APTTMH, you dig? Shalom.